Beautiful people.
What's up? Gary and Nate's back.
The Gary and Nate podcast. Listen, I had to shut an entire club and open an entire new club so that we could bring you the Gary and Nate podcast. Because what happens is, you want to tell them like, behind the curtains? Tell them how we do this?
Okay, so when we came with the concept, Gary, I did your club last summer.
Yes.
And we got along halfway decent. And
I swear to God, if I could have cut them goddamn watermelons better.
And then I was like, yo, you want to do a podcast together? And you was like, yeah. You go, I got a studio. I was like, well, and then first we was like, we'll do Tacoma and then Houston. I'll come to Tacoma 1 month, you'll come to Houston 1 month, and we'll flip-flop it. I go, now you got the studio and you have a comedy club. So let's make it worth my while. So I'll come up here once a month for a couple days. We'll do the first Monday of every month at your club so I could make a little money, make the trip worthwhile. And then we could do, a couple episodes and we'll just bust it out.
Yeah.
And then you shut your club down and we were doing pretty good.
By the grace of God. And so the new club is open. It's gorgeous. It's stunning. The podcast is back. For all of you that have been asking me when I'm in meet and greet lines, for all of you that are in comments, for all of you that literally have called my phone and be like, when Gary coming back? We back, baby.
Yeah.
Look at me. That's Gary Owen.
We're back. First Monday of every month.
First Monday.
We're back.
Every month we're back. And we're batch shooting. That's the behind the curtains part of it. We're batch shooting so you get a podcast of the Gary and Nate podcast every single week.
That part.
We got you. Also, we are beginning our talks with All Things Comedy. So that's a good look because then that is, more distribution, more eyes, more views. You'll have to put up with some live reads, but
they're live reads are funny. So on my podcast, myself, just like you have Opinionated, and I have the Gary Owen podcast, like,
Get some.
I like doing the ad reads, especially when it's like male enhancement pills.
Let's do a mock one.
Yeah.
As if we had, but because you've read one before.
Yeah.
And I'll just be the hype man for it.
Be like, hey, this podcast is not brought to you by Blue Chew.
At all.
But one day it will be. Just like one day you're going to need Blue Chew. Because when you're alone with that young lady or that young man.
Or your hand.
There's no judgment. Why would you use anyways, there's no judgment here. All I know is you don't want to go into battle and you ain't got no bullets in the gun.
That's right. You want a big veiny ass gun.
Yeah. You want to let it go. Kind of like The Patriot with Mel Gibson.
Fire!
When you're just hitting that musket, aiming.
From the tree lines.
Firing away. Or you might want to be Russell Crowe in Gladiator. The blade sticks in the cold. Not if you got Blue Chew. That blade ain't sticking, baby. That blade's going in and out.
Slicing and dicing. Butter knife through hot knife through butter, baby.
So all you got to do is go to bluechew.com and use promo code Gary and Nate. And you get the first month free.
First month. That's
unlimited.
And do what you can do with it.
Blue Chew pills.
You got a dick. Now make it a crazy dick.
Man, that sounded awesome.
Yeah, they're going to jump all over that.
Yeah.
They don't have a choice.
Blue Chew, come on.
What's up, Blue Chew?
I like the nice veiny gun. That was my favorite line of yours. Because it's like, it's two worlds that you don't think. Like, obviously, we know what you're talking about, and that thing has veins.
Yeah.
But the gun doesn't.
Nope.
But the way you just did it, I really was picturing a gun with veins in it.
It's a triple entendre.
I don't even know what that means.
It's when one thing means two things, and that was three things. But check this out. While we're on that, shifting, the next episode is about Gary's toe. And it is a situation. I want to look right into your soul. I want you to know I've never seen no shit like this before in my life.
It's just one toe, though. Yeah, it's not all 10.
Yeah, but that toe. That toe is tremendous. Listen, man, there's a video on Gary's page where he got the kids. Everybody got a cookie, but the mama.
Challenge.
They did the cookie challenge. And you guys are putting out great content. But
thank you. Me and my lady.
But you are not ready for how much camera is showing in your house because there's a table and everything's going on above the table, but they have the audacity to not put a tablecloth on the table, maybe to give some privacy to what's going on under the table. But Gary was relaxed. Gary was in his house. Gary's in his house.
I'm not wearing socks in my house.
Well,
my house.
Well, you probably can't wear socks in your house. So when did you start touring this year?
I never stop. I've been touring since '98. It just hasn't stopped.
Just different names.
I take a week off and stuff, but it doesn't stop.
Well, this year's touring, when you started, you did your first date. Do you remember where you were in January in the beginning?
First week of January, I was, let me think. New Year's Eve, I was in Dallas with you.
Yeah.
So the week after, St. Louis.
And so that is where he got his last pedicure. And so the first week of January, and so now we are months later. And I saw the video and I looked under the table and in the video and I screenshotted it. I said,
and then you blew it up.
Oh yeah, buddy. I zoomed in on just the toe. No kids, no table, no lady, no cookies, no plates, just the toe. And listen, guys, I don't know what Gary's been through, but it's significant.
It's not that bad, though. It looked worse on camera.
What?
It's not that bad. We can bring somebody in next week and they can cut my toe.
We have to. Either I'm going to cut that toenail or we're going to have somebody do it.
A man's not going to touch my toe.
So then we'll have somebody do it. Yeah. But I'm not trying to fuck. I'm just trying to help you. Listen, he's no longer Gary Owen. Okay? I would like to introduce the co-host of the Gary and Nate podcast, Gary Towen. His big toe is crazy.
Well, okay, let me put this.
There's like some of it's missing.
Well, there is.
I don't know.
Look, listen. Full disclaimer: I've never been able to grow the whole toenail because when I was in the Navy, I had ingrown toenails, right?
Okay.
And they cut it out. So picture this. I'm just graduated boot camp. They said I had like 2 weeks before I was able to go home. So they was like,
the toe looked like I had been to war, but I did not know that was truly the story.
So this is what they told me. They go, hey, everyone in the military is like, get all the medical stuff you can get done, so you ain't got to work out because when you're on hold like that, you're just doing odd jobs. You're painting, you're doing construction. It's just like a janitor.
Right.
But I said, well, I went to the doctor and said, yo, I did have ingrown toenails. He said, all right. He goes, if you get your ingrown toenails taken out, it's like 3 days bed rest. So what they do, they numb you up and they literally go in there and
I've seen the video.
Clip the toe out.
Deep inside.
And then they took some acid.
Ooh.
And they take it's a big long Q-tip. I'm talking like that big.
Uh-huh.
And they stuck it in both toes on the outside, and it just kills the toenail, right?
Right.
Literally, I was sitting like this for like an hour with these big, and I said, this is supposed to hurt. These big, basically sticks pointing out of my toes, but it killed it.
You couldn't feel it.
It killed my toenails. That's why they do that.
So only one side grows.
Yeah.
Got it. So how did you get your foot in the boot?
What do you mean?
You're at boot camp. How did you get your foot in the boot?
It was after boot camp. But no, it's fine because your toenail's not growing on the outside. But all it is my toenail grows a little weird, the big toe. That's why you saw it, because I hadn't clipped it, and it was a little bigger.
He's minimalizing what his toe looks like. I'm going to tell you right now, that's a cute story.
Yeah.
On the next episode, you're going to see this toe and be like, no, I don't give a, where are the Q-tips?
No, it's fine. The shoes fit good?
Yeah.
I've never had ingrown toenails. Have you?
No. My feet are cool. That shit's crazy. And we don't even need to project to be like, well, what about your feet? It's not Trenton. Trenton, look at me. It's bad.
Well, what about Ralph Barbosa's feet?
I don't know.
The guy just
you want a segue?
No.
Projecting.
No.
Moving on.
Like this. You guys always try to project on other people. Well, what about Michael Blackson's toes?
They're probably crazy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he used to be barefoot until he was 14.
Right, exactly.
You, sir, are a grown-ass person who's worn shoes your whole life. Gary got out my new Corvette today and said he was going to key it with his toenail.
He kept talking shit. I was like this, dude, I'll tow your car right now.
He's a tow truck driver.
I'll take off this shoe and key it.
Gary towing, bro. Okay, so next episode, we're going to have somebody come and do Gary's feet live on the podcast. So when we're talking.
Full pedicure, or they're just going to cut my toe?
And we'll see what she has the ability to handle. But we definitely going to focus on the big toe. And we'll have some goggles. In case the nail pops off like that episode of Martin.
That's not going to happen. It's not that bad.
I'm definitely putting a mic near it. So when she clips it, it's going to be the clip heard around the world. Tell you that right now.
It's not that bad. I'm telling you, you're going to be disappointed.
I'm not, unless you already did something to it since that video.
No, it's not as bad as the video looked. I don't know why it looked like that, but it really wasn't that bad. It wasn't.
You giving Shaq a run for his money.
Ooh.
That's how that toe looked.
No.
Yes.
Shaq's on another level. I ain't never seen toes like that. No, mine aren't as bad as Shaq's. Come on.
Yeah, for sure. But I said Shaq, I roasted Shaq's feet when I was driving and saw him post. I pulled over. I was like, these look like unwrapped mummy feet.
And that lets you know women don't care.
They don't.
Come on.
They out there, they painting his nails for him.
Yeah.
Man,
I saw them toes like when I saw his toes like this. Yeah, women don't care that.
Yeah, but I'm like, golly, boy, he's put a lot on them toes, man. All them rings, he earned them.
Facts.
Man. So listen, it's been a minute since we were here. So stuff has happened, and I wanted to talk about it.
You had a lot. You taped your Netflix specials the last time I saw you.
But your special's coming out.
My special comes out April 22nd.
April 22nd.
Mintcomedy.com. And what that is, it's kind of cool. It's like, instead of just throwing it on YouTube, I don't want to say throwing it, instead of putting it on YouTube, you put it on Mint for 3 months.
Okay.
And it's like a special preview for your diehards. And I think it's like $13.
Oh, nice.
Like
so
that.
like a little pay-per-view.
Little pay-per-view.
Action for the early birds.
Because we did it with my last special.
Okay.
But we only did 2 weeks.
Okay.
And we did okay. Nothing to get rich off of, but I was like, was it a 2 weeks or a week? It was 2 weeks. So this we're doing 3 months. And Mint was like, yo, if we have time to really promote this and let it live on our network for a little bit, he goes, you should get a pretty good check. I was like, oh, all right. I'm not gonna argue with that.
Right.
You know, so I was like, all right. Because for 2 weeks we didn't do too bad. I was like, oh, I was shocked when I saw the deposit. I called my agent.
2 weeks?
It was on Mint Comedy for 2 weeks, and we didn't really have time to promote it or
Right,
do
but you
anything.
still saw him like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, all right, well.
You tore their ass up.
You tore their ass up. So they asked me, I was like, well, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Welcome to Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah.
So
April 22nd,
now
it'll be on Mint Comedy.
Tell them why they should watch it.
Oh, I'll tell you something crazy about this special.
The toes out.
The toes are not out.
Okay.
No racial jokes. I did that on purpose.
Okay.
It was like a. You hear the people always say, "Man," and you know they're just BSing. Like they haven't seen me live. You've seen me playing times live.
Right.
Like, that's not my whole act.
No.
But then you got these people that just want to be like, "Man, if he couldn't do racial jokes, he wouldn't have no act." I was like, "All right, what you gonna say now?"
Well, I am from the school of thought of not changing our art for the voices that are really haters.
No, it's not changing your art. My jokes are jokes. I wouldn't do it, but I was like this. I had more than an hour ready. Right. Yeah. So I was like, okay, for this hour, I'm just going to not do any racial jokes. Just for this hour. But I had jokes.
It's going to hit all the way through no matter what you're saying. You're hilarious.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, it was good. And it was when I filmed my last one, Broken Family. We filmed that on Friday. And then I woke up Saturday morning. I was having coffee with my manager. I said, I think I got another hour. And we had the camera crew for Friday and Saturday. I said, do we got Friday in the cam? We're good? Because we did two shows. He's like, yeah. I go, all right, well, I'm going to do a different hour tonight. And so we did the second hour. So it's funny because if you saw Broken Family on YouTube or any of the clips, I'm wearing the same outfit. It's the same backdrop.
Right.
But we called this one Gary Owen, no S. Yeah. A lot of people want to call me Gary Owens, and now they're going to call me Gary Towen. So the next one will be called Gary Owen, no T.
There you go.
So,
or
but that was good. It was good.
big man, big heart, big toe.
And then, but you got the Netflix special. And what's the name of that?
Super funny.
Whoa, you really went on a limb with that one.
It's super funny, baby.
Yeah.
And it stands up. You'll see.
When does it air?
They gave me third quarter. And so I was like, God, that feels like it's so far away. But now it doesn't feel that far away. So we're just going to be patient.
Like August, September?
We send it in. Well, third quarter is like June, July, August. So I'm thinking July for a drop.
That's going to be dope.
No notes.
What do you mean no notes?
When you submit
Netflix, Netflix didn't give you no notes?
And they always give notes.
Yeah.
No notes. So it's a monster.
Any crowd work?
Yeah, I did it all.
Just joke?
I did it all. There's jokes, then I go into crowd work, then I come out of that, then I did the whole thing.
When you're doing the crowd work,
I did the whole. You saw it. Turn on the lights. I did it all.
Did you have you got a screen up where you can see the audience
Screen's
like you
there.
do?
Yep, screen is there.
It's gonna be dope.
It's ridiculous. I mean, there's 3 edits of it. That was all it took. The editor was like, "I'm legitimately looking forward to your project," and she had a ton of work she was doing. She's cold. She's done. I won't say names, but she's done a lot of special editing this year. She's like, I really look forward to when I open up your project. I haven't laughed like this at a project since I was. She said, "Quote," since I was. What she say? Since she was cutting up bits for SNL. Back in the day.
This is the editor at Netflix.
No, this is the editor that we use when we're submitting our stuff. But she has projects from the Hilarious Project. She's an editor for real. Like she's in Portland, and she has a whole room dedicated to editing. It's like a giant cockpit full of just editing stuff. She was like it's real. I knew it was special live, and then the whole crew was all like super decorated from all the specials they've done. They were like, "Yo." This is one of them.
When you got done filming it, right? I've heard people say like, there's comedians say this, like, there's certain sets that when you get done, you get kind of butterflies, like, oh, this could be the one that, I don't want to say like blow you up because you're doing fine, but like take it to another level.
Saturday late, and this is 95% of this special is that show. The rest, both shows the next day and the show before that were just any other crowd interactions we want or different angles or different walkout or like we knew. My agent came in right after and was like, holy shit, that's the one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm going to get us fucking paid. Like that's what he's saying.
What agency are you with?
CAA.
I wonder what agent it was.
Ethan Kurtzman.
I don't have Ethan.
And R11. Those are for my touring.
Oh, I don't have that. I got Matt Frost.
Yeah, you got New York. You got Matt Frost is a monster.
Yeah,
in a good way.
Yeah, he's good.
He's a beast.
He's really good. I heard. I think.
Shout out to Matt Frost.
Matt Frost is great. I heard
and
Ricky
the kid,
Smiley
man,
said
I hope
that.
He's doing good with the baseballs.
Ricky Smiley said when he did Lil Daryl, and I was there that day. I was hosting Comic View.
Yeah,
he said he got done. He goes, "Whoa, I think these things about to change."
Yeah,
he kind of felt it. Kev said he felt it when he did the Shaq one.
We all felt it, and it made everything we've been doing, all touring we've been doing, and I people watch these and they're like, all you do is talk and fan yourself. I'm telling you right now, man, it made everything we've been doing, and we've been doing a lot. It made it all feel like the calm before the storm. Because when this comes out, there's no way you watch it and don't want to come see the live show.
Yeah, right.
There's no way you see it and you're not hooked in.
Right.
There's no way. You have to be a Neanderthal.
You're towing the line right now.
Yeah, buddy. I tore them up, man. I tore their ass up, Gary.
You sound like Ryan Davis. He dropped his underrated?
Yeah, he's doing a really good routing of podcasting and promoting it.
But he was on with Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz.
Yeah,
podcast.
He fit really well with him. He gelled.
They're easy to tell. You done it yet?
Yeah, but usually no, I haven't. But it seems like if one doesn't like you or the other one doesn't like you, like they kind of just put up with you.
Oh,
but it looked like Ryan could be a part of their show regularly.
Ryan's just cool though, and
that's my boy, man.
I had him.
You saw how much weight he lost?
I know.
Raw vegan.
Yeah. Congrats.
Dog, you have to
Want
eat
no
like
part of
you're
that.
naked and afraid.
Yeah.
And Big Ja, I don't know if you watch his stuff. Big Ja, my frat brother, my old roommate, content creator, beautiful comedy brain. He lost 120 pounds in 4 months.
Doing the raw diet?
Raw vegan diet.
Yeah. I mean, congratulations, but I'm not doing it.
That shit is hard. I want to try 10 days of it. See.
But food is like, and you want to eat healthy, but food is like, it's social too. Like, I can't go to this restaurant.
Do you eat vegetables?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You eat vegetables?
Time to time. No, I
Do you
saw
like
him
tomatoes?
on that. I saw him on Andrew and Charlamagne, and he said, he sounded like you, where he goes, when people say, who's the best comic out there? And I say, me, he goes, it makes me sound like conceited. He goes, but I have to think that way. He goes, it's kind of like Ali, Mayweather.
I saw that. He was like, and then they said, well, the only two people that said it before they really had the accolades, they're like T.I. and Lil Wayne. And they're like, and we're all like, well, what the fuck? We fuck with all of them.
I know. But I'm sure there's 1,000 more that said it that didn't. It's almost like you look at the people you start doing open mic with, and you're like, where'd they go? So there's been other people that said it, they just didn't. They didn't.
But on a national platform to be like, this is the best special. One of the best. He says this can hang with all the best specials in the last 15 years. And without seeing it, I believe him.
Because I don't need to see it.
I know he's going to be very honest about how it went. Yeah. He's one of our brighter minds in the new school. So
I love Ryan.
It's not just promoting to be like, I'm just going to call it, massive, wonderful piece of work. He would say my special's fire. He'd say my special's good. But to start being like, weigh it against the best specials in the last 15 years.
Well, this is what I appreciate.
That could be damning.
I didn't look at it like that. I'm like, dude, stand on your fucking work.
Yeah, but when I watched him say it, it didn't seem like it was wrapped in delusion.
No, I think, here's the thing. I appreciated it because, so we got our podcast together, and I'm not threatened by anybody, so I'm generally happy you have a Netflix special, and I'm happy it came out well. When Ryan said he shot it, and he shot everybody, and everybody passed on it. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, I'm just going to release it myself. And I was like, okay. So I'm not the only one.
Oh,
like the frustration, like you get there like this, dude, my body of work, what is the deal? And then the guy, Robbie Pra, can he get a new job? Because he's the one that you're hearing.
That's what made you look to be like, now who did get their shit put? I get it. But
yeah,
in the last 5 years, there has been massive movement from comics putting their stuff out themselves. And saying, Rife? I'm not waiting. Hello. Yeah, Rife dropped 2 on his own, self-produced. Mark.
Ali Sadiq does it every month.
Ali Sadiq, me, all the crowd work joints.
Yep.
Shane Gillis's first special.
Yep.
Like person after person after person after person. Like, I'm not waiting. Adam Ray.
We're in the golden years, man. You have the ability to do what you want as long as you have a camera, a phone. You know what I mean?
That's it. And I was just saying that. I was just saying that because I was talking to Amir K, and I was talking about how, like there is no more stand-up on TV right now. Like at one point you could turn on TV and there's Premium Blend, there's Comic View, there's Def Jam, there's
Premium Blend.
There's all kind of specials though. Like you could come home every day and turn on something. Stars had Monique's Big Black Comedy. Like you always turn it on. There was some. Now you turn on TV, you can't find any stand-up. Mm-mm. But if you turn on your phone, you can find it. You find an unlimited stream of it just by tapping into the algorithm.
And the beauty of it is, if you got your content, you can post something and then post something 3 years later.
And it wake up the old shit.
And they'll be like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just got hip to that. Shout out to my web guys, man. They was like, yo, we're going to do shorts. We did the last special, then we went back into doing what I do, my special from like 5 years ago, and we just do like 3 shorts a week on all the platforms, and it's amazing. People be like, yo, where's the whole special? Or, this is why Gary's a goat. I go, this joke is so old, bro.
This has been out for years. What's up?
This is pre-COVID.
Right.
I got a joke, it's like, we'll never have a black president.
That's hilarious. And then Barack Obama became the president. I'm throwing that toe in everything, man.
You're doing too much.
Yeah, I'll do it. I will do too much.
Tomato.
Yeah. It's amazing. So Gary Towen, man, I want you to be doing meet and greet or something, and people come up and they're like, "Hey, Gary, Gary Towens."
You know how people have talked about this podcast though, like, yo, when you and Nate coming back?
Yeah, it's in hella comments. Me and Trent have been just like, yo,
I was like, because I was like,
people don't do that unless you got something. People don't do that unless you got something.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, when you called me and was like, yo, the club's back open, I said, let me know.
Yeah. Every time I have a guest on Opinionated, they're like, bet. Now, where's Gary? Bet, really? Where's Gary? Oh, yeah. That's in every comment. Yo, yeah, that's what's up. Where's Gary? Yeah, Ralph's cool. Where's Gary? Yeah. I know Ralph's like, what the fuck?
Be like George Lopez.
Right.
Man, fuck that dude.
Right. They're going to be in the comments. Look at Ralph Bartosa. So it's going to be.
What's your favorite Mexican dish? I like tortas. You mean a torta? That's why I said torta. Tortos.
I love it. So there's a lot been going on. We did Europe and came back. Gary asked what was our favorite food when we were
who had the best food?
Like, and I told him that we had noodles in Ireland, Scotland.
Yeah, it was Scotland. We went to a ramen house and they had the best ramen.
It's fucking ridiculous. And we rode in an Uber with an Asian man that sounded Scottish.
Yeah, that was wild.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Ooh, shit.
Give me the countries.
Oslo, Norway. Athens, Greece. There was Barcelona, Paris, London, Brighton, Sofia, Bulgaria.
Because people don't realize United States is big. Europe, you think you're all the way across the earth. No, these are like 2-3 hour flights. You're in a different country, an entire different culture.
Literally.
It's like real
different
small.
Language, different signs. Yeah. It'd be like
that's
going from
wild.
Washington to Oregon and everyone is a whole other ethnicity. It's crazy.
What was your favorite?
I liked the hotel situation in Sofia, Bulgaria, because we stayed at like the president's hotel to where like it was bonkers. I liked the food in Barcelona. I liked the Barcelona. I liked their whole layout. It was kind of like Beverly Hills, Spanish Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm. How many people went with you?
With the stores and stuff.
Your whole team went?
No, me, Keela, and Trenton.
Okay.
And then a comedian from here, a young comedian, Jay Loechi, she like did a whole routing thing and she said, if I get there, can I do shows? I was like, if you want to hustle like that.
That's fucking hunger, baby.
She stayed in fucking with friends and hospitals.
She live out here?
Yeah.
Dude, tell her, dude, come to Monday night.
Jayla!
Yeah, for real.
She's right out there.
I love hustlers, man.
Jayla! Bullshit. She's a lesbian.
Right. I love hustlers, man.
If I get everything.
There, that's her.
Come here.
Oh, never mind. I'm just kidding.
We were talking about Europe and talking about how you grinded it out, and he was like, "Tell her to come do Monday with me."
Yeah.
So
you
this
just
is
got
Jayla.
over there on your own, and he's like, "Yo, I can go up."
I slept all my shit all over the place. I slept everything. I got myself to all the shows.
I love it.
I did all that.
So that's Jayla. She tapped into the Worldwide Lesbian Network, and she stayed everywhere.
Did you pick up any lesbians in Europe?
No, she's got a she's
Yeah, I got a wife.
married and everything.
No, sorry, I won't put that up.
Yeah, no, she was on her best behavior.
I didn't know. I was like this.
Yeah, no, I have a wife. But no, I couch surf. I stay with random people on their couches.
How do you find random people in Europe?
So there's an actual website. It's called Couchsurfing, and it's been around for a long time. And I've been using it for probably 15, 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like a social media kind of page. You got to pay to be a member. It verifies who you are and where you live through all kinds of.
And then you legit go to people's homes.
It's like an Uber couch.
Yes,
literally.
The couches.
Exactly, yeah.
But she got cool people. Like, they were coming to shows, too.
I bet.
They were
Can you
showing
imagine,
up.
like, if you're couch surfing and you usually probably getting hikers, and then you get somebody go, no, I have a show.
They came. The guy was like, I really need a beer. Like, I remember that.
Yeah.
So tonight at the Super Funny Comedy Club, you got yourself a spot.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that.
Tell your wife. Tell your wife, okay?
She's gonna know in 4 seconds. She'll know super fast.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
I like them, man, them hungry. Man, because I think a lot of times you can, and we know this, openers can get real comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be like, yo, people out here struggling, right?
Mm-hmm. You ever had an opener go on a national tour of your dates?
What do you mean?
They put out flyers. And
All the time. All the time. I'm like this. Am I on this show? or they're the headliner in the flyer, I'm in the background? I'd be like,
you're all like lower opacity.
yeah. I've seen that. Before. I tell my guys, like I got a rotation of 3, right?
Right.
And they're all great. But a couple of them do that. They'll put the flyers. I'll be like, hey, I'll repost it if I'm the headliner.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Adam, the young guy, he gets it. He's always like, I'm opening up for the big dog, Gary Owen, and he's always getting reposts and stuff. I say you get more traction that way.
You do. And also what I was talking to Amir K was on. He's on the Rat King tour with Theo Vaughn.
Oh, really?
Huge 8,000, 15,000 seaters or whatever. And he goes out, he does like 20, 30 minutes, he rocks. The last like 5 minutes of his set, he's telling them when he's coming back, where he'll be. He's selling out the shows. People are buying the tickets from the seats on their phones. He's selling out while he's on stage, different cities and stuff. So like they did Climate Pledge in Seattle, and part of his, he's like, I'm coming to Tacoma. I'll be there at the end, or I'll be there in April or whatever. Mm-hmm. He sold out 2 shows on the spot from the crowd.
That's ridiculous.
And so when your openers get it, they get it. You know what I'm saying? But
especially that type of audience, because Theo's audience probably isn't the traditional comedy goers. They're like, oh, it's the podcast. We love Theo. So they're not going off his stand-up. They're going off him, the personalities. They're like, okay, so if Theo likes this guy, we got to know who this guy is.
That's exactly what I told him. I was like, that's the form, and because they trust him.
Yeah.
Like if he let this guy come out, then this is somebody worth our attention.
Yep.
And Amir is most definitely taking it to the bank, but not in a way where Theo's like, hey man, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
I always tell people, man, cherry pick my audience if you're opening for me.
I say the same thing.
Cherry pick them.
But do right by me.
Yeah, don't be the flyer.
Please tell them get out your phones, follow me, like do it, grow your career, like sell your merch. I don't give a shit. The people are there for me anyway. So if you get anybody, congratulations, build something off of it to come back to that city. I would love to, do something where I'm a part of the structure of their touring and their routing, so that I have Super Funny presents and we're getting it done. But
you want the openers like. It was almost like, Joe Coy used to open up for Chelsea Handler.
Yes.
And then just took off. And then didn't Chris D'Elia open up for Joe Coy?
I think so, yeah.
I think that happened.
Yeah, I think so. Don't quote us, but I think so.
Yeah. You want those stories like that. Those openers that just take off. And the guy girl they were opening for is still doing their thing.
You got 3 openers. Who are they?
I got one guy's name is Rob Rodriguez.
He opens for you? Adam
Fink.
Adam Fink opens for you.
Yeah.
Who else?
And T-Robe. Tony Roberson. T-Robe.
Tony
Robe.
Roberson. Wow.
Yeah, they tore him at me. But they can tow it down.
Oh, man.
Yo, they get on stage, they tow it down.
Yeah, Fink came with you for one of the Mondays. He was hilarious.
But he's like her. Yes. Adam is a young guy. He told me, too, he goes, don't have... For instance, like I'm in Houston this weekend, right?
Yeah.
And I did last weekend and this weekend. Adam was supposed to do the first weekend only, and he wasn't supposed to do this weekend. But T-Robe or Toe Robe,
yeah,
Tony, he messed up. He waited too long to get his flight.
Okay.
And for some reason, the flights were just ridiculous.
Okay.
And he was like, Gary, I just can't. It's just too much. I can't get there. I said, don't worry about it. I looked at Adam. I said, Adam, you want next week? He goes, yeah. He goes, tell your boys, don't fuck up. I'm single with no kids. I can get there in a heartbeat.
Give them to all of them.
But, Rob and T-Robe are
family men.
Yeah, they got kids, they got responsibilities, and they have other jobs.
Yeah.
Like they're hustlers.
Yep.
Stand up is what in the end game. Yeah, they want to be huge and be stand ups. But right now they have and not bullshit jobs.
Right.
Like T-Robe's the entertainment director at Rocky Patel's Burn in Pittsburgh. Like he's booking all the bands and DJs and all that stuff. So he's got money coming in there. Rob's got like some construction company, other shit.
Damn.
So he's got his own shit going in Phoenix. So they got other shit going on.
And Mailman is now, he's doing his own thing, right?
Mailman's completely doing his own thing. Like I'll give him spot dates if I get a theater and they got room.
Right.
But yeah, he's kind of doing his own thing too. So I told bring him in to do one night at your club.
I'm down.
Yeah, we'll get him in here. But yeah, Adam, that mug.
I'm putting a lot of effort into making sure that our one night and our weekday programming is strong.
Yeah.
Too. You know what I'm saying? I can easily make Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just booking hell. But I want people to be like, yo, the Wednesdays down there?
Go to Mondays.
Mondays for sure. I'm gonna
First
do
Monday of the month?
our open mic is now I'm gonna call it Type 5 Tuesdays. So the sets are all 5 minutes. And then we have a menu that has a $5 menu. So certain drinks, certain foods. So if it's a tight, you can still come down for Type 5 Tuesdays. Everything's $5.
That sounds good.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. I was just so focused on you about to make a toe joke.
You were waiting for it?
Everything they came up with a T, so tight. I was like, where's he going with this?
Where we going? No, I don't want to just hand it to you. I got to set them up, and then
It was just your tone.
and I got to. I like to just totally surprise you.
Remember that group Total?
I get so weak in the
They were
toes.
so
Is
good.
that their song?
No, that was SWV.
Oh, that's right. Which SWV. Great group. Who's in that group?
SWV?
Yeah.
Eddie
Ain't
George's wife?
And T.I.'s wife?
No.
Oh, she's in the Vogue.
Escape.
Huh? Escape.
She was in Escape.
Which is what your toes doing to your shoe.
I had a.
He's trying to escape. Yeah, buddy. See, you can't be. You got to be like.
I was supposed to open for them.
Open for them?
Like in '99, and the promoter was like, I did this run. I did like 3 seasons in the South, like Montgomery, Mobile, and everything.
The whole run?
Yeah, it was just a weekend.
Barefooted.
Like close.
I'm on your ass.
So they Escape canceled.
What?
And we didn't know there was good. I didn't know there was drama, and he wouldn't tell me who. He goes, I'll just put it like this: 2 girls on a tour bus, 2 girls in the car behind a tour bus.
Damn.
He goes, so we was like, we're not bringing you in to host this show. We're not bringing you to this drama. And I was like, oh,
They're beefing like that.
yep. He
You
wouldn't tell
couldn't
me
get
who.
in the car with the ones in the back?
I wasn't there. I never did the show.
Right. He just told you like, hey,
He
man.
just told me, hey, we're not going to do that. We don't know what's going on with these girls. But he was just like, yo. I said, what's going on? He goes, I just put like 2's in the tour bus, 2's in the car behind the tour bus, and I ain't going to tell you which 2.
Did they,
So-
they
They reconciled.
Yeah, I was going to say, they stayed together.
Yeah. I mean, that was just, probably in the early 20s. Somebody was feeling somebody the wrong way.
Yeah.
Whatever. That was the show in Mobile where the promoter put me. And when you're first starting out, them shitty hotels, you're just so happy on the road, you don't even realize the hotel shitty.
Mm-hmm.
This one I noticed. So
I
even
made
with my toes,
He said,
I put a towel down in the bathtub to get a shower.
Oh,
That's
wow.
how dirty it was.
Okay.
And then
The towel was in the bathtub. Stand
I
on
put
it?
I stood on, and I
towel.
said, I need extra towels. I had towels all over the hotel, like a walkway.
Wow.
Right? And then I literally stepped like this on top. I took the cover off because I don't know what was in
Right.
that.
They don't even wash those.
So now I'm looking at the sheet like, all right, I lay down on a towel
Yeah.
like this, right?
Yeah.
And then my flight, let's say, was at 10 a.m.
Okay.
So I'm waiting on the guy to pick me up at like 8.
6.
Yeah, right?
Get me the fuck out of here.
The cleaning lady was knocking on my door at like 7 a.m. And I go, I'm not leaving yet.
Right.
And she goes, well, I can't do anything until this room's done. This is like 7, 8 in the morning. I was going, what is this lady's problem? I go to check out. There's one of the hotels, there's no lobby.
Dang.
You know what I mean? And they said, yeah, I'll never forget it. You have a phone bill, $56? I go, I never use my phone. What are you talking about? Hotel phone? They go, yeah. That same cleaning lady was going in my room and making phone calls to Texas. Whoever she was calling
who?
Texas, who knows? But she was using my phone thinking I would check out and probably wouldn't notice. Someone would notice.
So because of the long distance call.
Yeah. This is back when you had to dial long distance and you got charged for long distance numbers.
Damn.
I was like this. I go, I don't know anybody in Texas. I go, I didn't pick up the phone. other than to call you and complain.
This is back in the day.
Yeah, this is like 98, 99. And then
now
the
you just
promoter-
pick your phone. We take it for granted. You just pick your phone up and dial whoever you want.
Yeah.
But some of you guys are so young, you don't even remember picking up a phone and hearing a dial tone.
Don't you remember longest phone calls was like you'd meet a girl like during the summer or something, and then if she lived in another
Dial
state,
tone. T-O-E-N. Tone.
don't you remember? Do you remember though? Like you meet a girl in a different state or something, and she's visiting her cousin for the summer.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, "What's your phone number?" And they'd be like a area code that's not yours. You're like, "Oh, this relationship's
shit.
over."
Yeah, we want to do
I
everything
couldn't
now.
That's how stupid I was.
What'd you do?
In high school, like 8th, 9th grade, that was when the first 800 numbers came out. When you see the girls on TV, call this number if you want to talk to somebody,
Oh,
right?
no.
It's $4.99 for the first minute. I'd call and talk for 59 seconds and hang up.
Oh,
and
my
then
gosh.
my mom was like, "Who the fuck?" It's like, well, thank God she didn't tell my stepdad. She
Yeah, he
covered
would've
it.
lost it.
She covered it, but it was like a couple $100, which you live in a trailer park.
I don't care where you live. A couple
You
$100
guys-
bucks that you're not expecting is like, what the fuck?
I was just calling, and then the girl would be on the phone, I'm like, "No way." And like this, "So where you from?" "Hey, Gary." And they were like, 59 seconds, click. I thought the first minute you were good.
You
if
thought the
hung
first
up.
minute was free, and then the $4.99
Yeah,
started.
just $4.99 a minute. First minute, I was like this. I didn't go a minute.
Wow.
That's how dumb I was. Thank God my mom didn't snitch that time, though. That would have been bad.
That would
I
have
think
been
I had to pay her back,
horrible.
though. I think I had to pay her back.
You paid her back?
I think I did.
She made you work it off?
I think so.
What'd you do? What did you do, like, as a young man, like, to make ends meet?
Oh, I worked on the strawberry farm.
Really?
Yeah, I picked strawberries. I was a beast.
With your hands?
Yeah, you got so there was a strawberry farm I worked at in the summers, and you got
Or with your feet, Gary?
yeah, I just cut them off. look, mate, I get up the line like this. This guy, I've never seen a guy pick so many strawberries so fast, so clean. No, Frio Strawberry Farm. So what you do, you got these trays, and there's
What is the
8
strawberry farm?
Friel's Farm.
Okay.
Freels.
Got it.
It was just how you look at it, looking back, I was like, this shit was out of a movie. We ate lunch underneath a big tree because I was there all day.
Right.
And the little old lady would always bring out like chicken salad with the iced tea on the tray.
And that
Chicken
shit
salad
was so good.
sandwiches.
You working hard, shit like that is
Yo,
delicious.
this shit was hitting.
Woo.
I ain't even think about my toes. Right? So I did the math on this. I'm gonna do the math.
Yeah.
So you got 35 cents a quart, and this held 8 and this held 8. So I would take the tray, and you'd have 16 empty quarts, and you fill them up, and you bring them in, you weigh them, they make sure none of the strawberries are bad,
Right.
and you go out there because I could do 32 quarts an hour. Because I remember I could make 2 trips, and I got 35 cents a quart. So I think came out to it's like $11 an hour.
Okay.
I was making. That's what it was. I already did the math. It was like $11 an hour. Got paid under the table. Got paid every Friday. And every Friday, the lady would give you a payday candy bar with your cash. She goes, "It's payday." And you have the cash.
Oh, that's adorable.
So, I'm working. Dude, I'd be out there 8-10 hours sometimes. So,
Right.
I'm making over $100 a day as a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'm working 4 or 5 days a week. You couldn't tell me nothing.
At
bro.
all.
God, I was getting Jordans. I was going to the fucking county fair, getting all the funnel cakes, whatever I wanted.
Whatever.
I was balling to little trailer park
People
girls.
noticed.
Ice cream dude come in? What you want, baby? Yeah, two nutty buddies.
Yeah, buddy. They said, Gary got it. He calling 1-800. I mean, he could pay his mama back.
Yup. Yeah, that was a great job though. Driving a Frills Farm, baby.
That
was a
gave you
great
work ethic.
Yeah, and I had to buy the elbow pads and the knee pads because strawberry, they're only like that high. The
Right, you gotta
plants.
get down low.
I'm crawling like Rambo.
Wow.
I never got up. And then so that was a great job. I used to look forward to going to work because you get,
Who
summertime.
were you working with? Like, who were all your coworkers?
It was like working in a factory. You
Just
had
all
old
kind of
people,
people.
you had women. My aunt was the one that picked me up and took me there. My aunt was a
Really?
grown woman, and she was out there, and she's the one that said, "Man, Gary be out there working."
Huh.
And that's when the lady goes, I can tell when a motherfucker wants some money.
Right.
Because he's out there hustling, you know.
Right,
I'm not
right.
even talking.
Right.
And this before earbuds. It's just silent.
And just picking, putting in work.
Because if you can get there in the morning before that sun comes up, because that sun
the
comes
sweet
up, it's
spot.
bacon.
Yeah, buddy.
She used to pick me up at like 5 a.m. We'd be awake 2-3 hours before the sun came up.
This is how my dad talks about cotton.
It's
Literally the same. Subs take out strawberries, put in cotton, and this is how he talks about
Like this.
helping sharecrop when he was a kid.
Oh, that's hysterical.
I swear to God.
You got to get there before the sun
Yeah, he'd
comes
be like,
up.
but strawberries ain't got no thorns on them.
Little old white lady comes out and brings a sliced tea.
Right. Ours was bologna sandwiches fried.
Oh, was it?
That's what he would talk about.
Yeah, I remember that's how I learned how to drive somewhat.
Stick shift on the tractor.
No, guy
Okay.
put me on a 4-wheeler, right?
Okay.
I'm booking it down this driveway, this big farm gravel driveway. I'm coming back, and the farmer guy was like this. He's got his hat. He's doing this, Nate. Yeah. I'm thinking he's doing, go faster.
Right.
Go. No. Shift the gear.
Oh, shit.
I was like in
You about to
first.
burn that bitch out?
I went, yeah.
Go into
I get up there.
second. Fuck.
No, literally, he's going, God damn it, Gary.
You gonna burn me out?
I thought he was doing this. Woo! He's doing this.
Son of a bitch about to blow out my engine.
You can pick strawberries, but you can't drive for shit. I literally thought he was doing this. Woo!
Motherfucker, drive, baby.
Faster! And dude, and here I am, braces.
Wearing that bitch out.
Yo, I had no clue. I never drove
Man,
before.
that's
We're gonna teach you how to
amazing.
drive, Gary. He
That's
took me off
amazing.
and never let me get back on it again.
Ever? He didn't even teach you how to get in the second and third.
No.
on it? You just said, that's it for you.
God damn it.
You almost tow up my tractor.
I feel like Chevy Chase in Vacation when they was like, I never heard anybody was so stupid drive the car off the road like that. Yeah, well, we're not from here.
That is amazing.
Oh my God.
We hit 4 o'clock. We gotta go. But this,
All right,
we're
well, look,
back,
we're
man.
back.
We're
Every
back.
week, me and Nate are back now with my toes.
Next episode, we're gonna handle that.
Where you at this weekend? Gotta pump
This
our dates.
weekend is Orlando, Florida, sold out.
What is that? What theater? It's like Dr. Phillips, right? Didn't I see that right?
I think that's right.
I try to keep up to your dates a little bit.
Appreciate that. We are at the Steinmetz Hall. Steinmetz. It's a wrap. Atlanta Tabernacle on Friday. We have a 7:30 show and a 10 p.m. show. Both of those are a wrap. There may be one ticket left. Memphis, Tennessee on Saturday, April 19th, and there's a little bit of wiggle room there. So if you want to come, pull up. And then the following week is St. Louis for 2 shows at 7:30 and 10 o'clock at the Pageant, and then the Criterion in Oklahoma City. We had a good time in Oklahoma City last time, so I'm looking forward to going back to Oklahoma City.
Let me put mine.
Yes, please.
Houston Improv this weekend.
Houston.
Yep. No show on Sunday because that's Jesus. It's Easter. We're not doing that. April 25th, I'm at the Paramount Hudson Valley Theatre in Peekskill, New York.
Nice.
April 26th, it's already sold out. I'm at the Parks Casino in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. That's gone, but they might release some like they do.
Right.
And then the first weekend of May, for the first time, I'm at the Mike Drop Comedy Club in San Diego.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And the food is fantastic.
You
Shout
been
out to-
there?
What? Yes.
I heard it's a dope room.
Nah, so all the mic drops are dope. So shout out to Hillary Huston and Casey.
Casey's my guy, man.
Yeah, man. They're
Casey's
doing
the
good-
best.
Have you seen their Plano Club, the brand new one?
No, I got to get you.
It's
You did it, right?
yeah.
Now, Plano, is that Dallas?
5 minutes from Dallas.
Like, because, here's
It's
my
a
problem.
suburb of Dallas.
Here's the problem with Dallas. I do Addison Memorial Weekend every year, and I do New Year's Eve every year.
Different crowd.
So I could do Plano.
Yep.
Get in there. How big's the room?
300.
All right. Because I do really well in Addison. I don't want to burn bridges, but I'll ask. I love
That
to
you
do
should
Casey.
ask, but it's a good look. I'm sure they're in the market competing right now because they'll say well, however many miles the clause is, and they're inside of that for sure.
But I heard they're all different themes.
They are. So the one in Plano is Robin Hood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one in San Diego, which was that's their matriarch,
Yeah.
That one is Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
So
I'm looking forward to
so
that.
there's literally like Cheshire Cats and the caterpillar, and like when the lights go out, everything lights up purple lights.
Really?
And
I think Saturday's already gone.
psychedelic. Yeah,
For me,
and then
in
San
San
Diego. So that's San Diego. Then the other one they have is in Chandler, Arizona.
Which is Phoenix, basically, right?
Yeah, I can't remember the theme, but it's another dope one like that.
And I heard they're
It's Snow White. Snow White.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So I heard they're thinking about Tucson
Mm-hmm.
and one other city I can't remember. But I knew
Just
like, you
I
know-
may open something with them.
that's dope.
I may very well open something with it because we were talking about it at length, and Hillary's always like, "Let me know." Her goal is 10 clubs,
That's dope.
and mine is 5.
I've been trying to get to one of Casey's clubs, and just like when sometimes you see a stand-up and be like, oh, he's got it or she's got it
Yeah.
or something there. I knew the first time I met Casey,
Yeah.
and this is how I knew. Something so minor, but as a comedian, you appreciate this.
Okay. He cut your watermelons.
Nah.
Okay.
We're driving from morning radio. He picks me up, and he goes, hey, you want some coffee or anything? And I was like, he's got that thick Boston accent.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, coffee. I like coffee bean. I like their lattes and some flavor latte I wanted at that time. He goes, all right. So we go to Coffee Bean. And then it was like 15 minutes later, we still were at the radio station. I go, yo, where's this radio station? He goes, no, the Coffee Bean was like 20 minutes out, 20 minutes in the other direction than the radio station. I go, well, I could have got Starbucks. He goes, hey, said you want Coffee Bean? I'm going to get you Coffee Bean.
Yeah,
There was
buddy.
no discussion. He didn't bring it up. It was me going, hey, where's this radio station at? He goes, the Coffee Bean was 20 minutes. But just that little bit
Mm-hmm.
where he just said, I'll never forget, you want a Coffee Bean? I'm going to get you Coffee Bean.
He prioritizes very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Casey Courier, man, shout out to you. He's actually,
One of my favorite people in the world.
I have a gift for him that he'll get and whenever my special comes out, he'll get his gift.
Oh, that's dope. He ever tell you the Ralphie May story?
No.
It's so good.
What is it?
So Ralphie was doing stand-up live in Phoenix.
Yep.
And they had that with the Copper Blues next to it.
Yep, right next door.
So Ralphie was there with like 4 of his buddies, and they're drinking. And the manager, whoever was the manager that weekend, it was his first weekend working ever.
Okay.
So he calls Casey and was like, hey, yo, it's like 3 a.m. and Ralphie's still here drinking. I'm kind of ready to go home.
At the club.
Yeah,
Okay.
at Copper Blues, which is owned by the same
Just
people.
right next door, yeah.
So he's like, I think I'm gonna tell him, we gotta get going. And Casey goes, I wouldn't do that. He goes, I would not do that. He goes, nah, I mean, we're tired, man. We can't leave. He goes, I would just let him, he's only gonna last so long. Just let it ride till he's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't listen to Casey.
Damn it.
He went over and told Ralphie, hey, we're closing up. You guys get out of here. And Ralphie goes like this. What? He goes, I sold out 6 shows this weekend. He goes, if I'm going to stay here all night, I'm going to stay all night. In fact, I will stay here all night. And then it was like 7 a.m.
Before he got
Ralphie was
about
still
it.
there drinking.
What?
And he was making that guy go get his beers.
Oh, my
He
God.
goes, I want a Michelob from the freezer in the comedy club, not Copper Blues. I want that Michelob.
The one that's a half mile away.
So now the guy's got to walk over,
Right.
come back, and Casey was like, hey,
I told you.
tried to tell you.
Right.
And that thick Boston accent. I was like,
Casey's, and we were talking about that because Amir was saying, Amir was just talking about, he's like, all those people came from Tempe Improv. Casey, Rita, that books Hollywood Improv.
yeah.
Adam, that booked the Comedy Store and now books a Mothership, and like several others are all born out of the Tempe Improv that they just somehow, it was a microcosm, but they are now all kind of got their finger, their thumb, or a big toe on comedy.
Yeah. Casey was the best. That was the first. The Stand Up Live Phoenix was the club where I started to make some real money. That was the club where I went, what?
600 seats.
I had a door deal, and at that time it was a 50-50 door deal. That's
Okay.
where I was at.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I'll just never forget, I got done, I was like, I think I did halfway decent.
Right.
You got to feel it. And then I saw the check, because usually I was just getting not a percentage, just an amount.
Right.
I just remember Casey was sitting in the office, and nobody else was in there.
Right.
And I'd been there 8 times, so he knew what I was getting normally, right?
Right.
I just remember he handed me the check, and he looked at me and goes, ah? Ah? He goes, hey, man, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah.
I was like this. No fucking way, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that moment with him too. At Plano, he was like, "This is most definitely the biggest mic drop I've ridden." Yeah, yeah, it's happening.
I hope it's in San Diego.
But Plano's their biggest one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but San Diego is a vibe. Like, and are you staying at their condo?
I don't know. I haven't even booked anything
So
yet.
you should ask them because they have a hotel. You can get a hotel anywhere in San Diego, but they have there's like a condo down there that is right in a really good spot where you can get up and go walk and you can go walk to the water. You can go walk and get like tacos at this dope ass spot that's got outside seating.
Oh, I ask them.
It's
Because
nice.
that's where I started doing stand up.
Yeah, because you were in the Air Force. Oh, Navy. Sorry. Yeah.
That's what that. I started in San Diego.
They have a condo on PB that's dope. And
Is the club in PB?
no, the club's not a PB.
Oh.
But so it's, you're gonna do the 20-minute ride in, but I pushed back because like I want to be close to the club, and then but they own it all. She's like, no, just check it out. I went and checked. It was and it's nice, and so I mean, full kitchen, whatever. You can do your own thing, and it's nice. But
I'm gonna go down there for a week.
they let you go if it's unrelated to shows. You could be like, I need to get up out of here. I need to just get in the right.
I'm
Let me
gonna
just go to San Diego.
I'm gonna call Casey and be like, I need to see this condo.
It's cool. I mean, you might look at it and be like, oh, that's humble. Because it is small. It is small, but it's so very San Diego. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
There's like sand when you open the door. Like it's,
That's cool. That's where you stayed?
I stayed there. I did.
dope.
And could have stayed anywhere and I stayed there. But they've extended the offer. Like even if you don't have shows, you just want to get out of town, you want to ride, or you want to come down to the beach and get out of the rain, you can come down, you can always use the condo. You know what I mean? So
Oh, that's dope. That's good.
yeah, so it's dope. But anyway, we gotta wrap up.
We're back, guys.
We are back.
Nate and Gary's back, bitch.
Yep. Peace.